Okay, so today I'm doing Pearson. It's the IGCSE. And it's from 2022. Just about see it there. So that's last year. I believe it was June. I didn't say June on there anyway, but it was. Anyway, it's this paper. And it's paper 2 from the higher. Paper 2 out of 2. And it's a calculator paper. So I'm going to fill it in and talk about it as I fill it in. And then see what we do. You okay then, my lovely? Yeah. Okay. Right, expand and simplify. So we've got y plus 4 times 2 minus y. So that's 2y. That's minus, oh sorry, my writing's not very good. Minus y squared. That's 8. And that's minus 4y. They go together because they're both y's. So this is 8 minus 2y. 8 from there. That's minus 2y. And then minus y squared. Factorise fully. 15b to the power 5c minus 35b cubed c9. So we'll look at the numbers first of all. 5 goes into 15, it's that, and 5 goes into 35. We'll look at the b's. We've got b5, b3, so b3 comes out. We'll look at the c's. We've got one c1 and c9, so it's just the c comes out. So this first term here, this needs 3b squared. 5 3s are 15. B cubed times b squared is b5, and c times 1 is c. And then minus 7, because 5 times 7, that makes the 35. B cubed is covered. We want c to the 9, so this is c to the 8. Okay, I think that's what they want there. I was thinking difference of 2 square, but that would just be silly. So we'll just leave it like that. Okay, show that 6 3/4 divided by 2 4/7 is 2 5/8. So 6 3/4, turn it into an improper fraction. 4 6s are 24 plus 3, so that's 27/4 divided by 7 times 2 is 14 plus 4, 18/7. And this side, 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5, 21/8. Oh, we need to show that. So I'll just say that the left-hand side, and then we'll arrive at the right-hand side. Okay, so when we divide by a fraction, we turn upside down and multiply. Okay, and then 27 times 7, 189. And then 18 times 4 is 72. Okay, and they both divide by 9. Ah, yeah, I could have spotted that here. I'll do that bit in a minute. Top and bottom divide by 9, so it's 21/8, because that is 21 times 9, and that is 8 times 9, and the 9s cancel. So that is 2 5/8. This calculator paper. Here's a calculator paper. But anyway, it says show that. What I could have done at that stage is I could have said 27/4 times 7/18. Those two will divide by 9. So that way you get to the 21/8. Because you can if it's any top with any bottom, if you find a common factor, in this case the 27 and the 18 divide by 9, you can divide through at that stage. Number 3, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. AB is 4, PQ is 12. Similar means that one's an enlargement of the other, so we times 3 that way, divide by 3 if we go that way. R to Q is 16.5. Okay, calculate the length of so if RQ is 16.5, so that means that BC, look, these angles match up here. So BC, that's going to be 5.5, because it's 16.5 divided by 3. Okay. AC is X. which we've got on there, and PR is Y, yeah. Calculate the length of BC. I think I've done that in the preamble. It's 16.5 divided by 3, 5.5 centimetres. Write down an expression for Y in terms of X. So Y is 3 times X. Okay, that's all we can do with that one, because this one, Y, is 3 times that one, because the X times 3 makes Y. Each side of a regular octagon has length 18 millimetres, correct to the nearest half a millimetre. So that means it's between 17.5 and 18.5. So the lower bound, 17.5 millimetres, and the upper bound, 18.5, and that's all you do with that. The scale drawing shows a position on a map of a house of A. House C is on a bearing of 110 degrees from A, and it's 700 metres. Right, so what we need to do, you need to measure 110 with a calculator. Remember there's 90, not with a calculator, with a protractor. It's going to be looking like, not as much as that. I haven't got a protractor on my screen here. So that's going to be 110 degrees. And then if A to C is 700 metres, so every 200 metres is 1 centimetre. So 700 metres is going to be 3.5 centimetres. So we need to draw a line 3.5 centimetres long. 1, 2, 3.5, yeah, so roughly there. Okay, and mark it with a cross. Write down the scale of the map in the form 1 to n. So it's 1 centimetre is 200 metres, but we put another 2 zeros on because we've got to 10. 200 metres is 20,000 centimetres, and that's it. 6. A bag contains only pink, white, green or red sweets. The table gives the probabilities that when a sweet is taken at random from the bag, the sweet will be green or red, but we don't know about pink or white. The ratio of pink to white is 2 to 1. So it means that what's left over is split twice as much here and then here. And all these 4 numbers have to add up to 1. Okay, so let's do this. So we can say 0.2 plus 0.35 equals 0.55. 1 minus 0.55 is 0.45. Now, because these are in the ratio 2 to 1, 3 altogether, so we do 0.45 divided by 3 is 0.15. So white is going to be 0.15 and pink is going to be 0.3. 28 red sweets in the bag. Work out the number of white sweets. So 0.35 times the number of sweets in the bag makes 28. Okay, because this is not the proportion of red, is 0.35, and when you apply that proportion to the total number in the bag, it works out as 28. So the number of sweets in the bag is 28 divided by 0.35, which is, if I do top and bottom, divided by 7, 4 divided by 0.05, and on a calculator you'll see that that is 80. That's the N in the whole bag. And then the whites are 0.15. So the white is 80 times 0.15, which is actually 12. Okay, so as a quick check, we would have pink 24, white 12, because pink is twice as much as white. Green is 2/3 of pink, so green will be 16. This is just a check. And we know red is 28. So they need to add up to 80. 4, 6, 12, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm happy. So the number of white is 12. That's a check. Find the lowest common multiple of 28, 42 and 63. I'm just going to check what that email is about. Right, so the lowest common multiple. So 28 is 2 times 2 times 7 when we break it down, because well, it's 4 times 7. So you can do it with the factor tree. 4 times 7, 2 times 2 times 7. So 42, I'll do it with the factor tree because a lot of people. 6 times 7, 2 times 3, 2 times 3 times 7. What's the last one? 63. 7 nines is 63. Is 3 times 3 times 7. Okay, so this is 2 squared times 7. This is 2 times 3 times 7. This is 3 squared times 7. Okay, so we've got the 28 in here. I'll put the 42s in here. And the 63's in there. So there's a common of 7 in all of them. So that one's going to go in the middle. So in this here, that's common to all of them. There was 2 or 3s. That's no common 2 or 3. So the 28 and the 42 overlap. It's going to be 1, 2. Because that's all that overlaps there. Here, the 63 and the 42 overlap. Now, looking at those, there's only 1, 3 that overlaps there. And in this one, the 28 and the 63 overlap. There isn't any. Okay, because we've got 3 squared there and 2 there. Okay, so what's in here, now we're going to go into these bits. 28, we need an extra 2. That's got to go in there. 42, we've got the 42 there, because it's 2 times 3 times 7. And the 63 is 3 squared, so we need to put an extra 3 in there. Okay, so the lowest common multiple is all these numbers multiplied together. I don't normally do it like this, that's why I'm a bit slow and pausey, but the lowest common multiple is 2 times 2 times 7 times 3 times 3. Because look, that's going to cover, we will get the 2 squared 7 in there. We've got a 2 times a 3 times a 7, and we've got a 3 squared times a 7. So if you set it, so the one that's in all of them goes in there. Okay, and then you look at, then you look at these gaps here. So that's the overlap, the remaining overlap between 28 and 42. So that's a 2, etc. Multiply these together. So it's 4 times 7 times 9. So it's 28 times 9. 30 times 28 times 9. 9 8 is 72. 9 2 is 18. Plus 7 is 25. 252. Number 8. The table gives information about the average price of houses in England in 2018 and 2019. There we go. Work out the percentage increase in the average house price from 2018 to 2019. So what we can do there, the percentage increase, the way that I would do it, work out the actual increase. So it's 231,776 minus 228,314, all divided by, and it's the one that it goes from, so it's this one in the bottom, 314, because it's the percentage as you go from one to the next. So it's that amount of increase given that was your baseline from 2018. Definitely reaching for my calculator now. 231,776 minus 228,314. Okay, and so we actually have to do that times by 100 to make it 2%. So I've got the answer now, 3462 times 100, put 2 notes on, divided by 228,314. 8314, and it's a percent at that stage. Let's start again. I don't think I times it by 100 on my calculator first of all. 346200 divided by 228314. Right, I've got it as 1.5% to 1 dp. I'm just going to check that. 228314 times 1.015 231. Yeah, okay. So yeah, with the rounding off, I think that's okay. Right, it's just the numbers are a bit unusual. So not that I can quickly do in my head, so that's why I'm double checking, but they are right. Right, the average house price in 2019 was 7.7% greater than the average house price in 2017. Work out the average house price in 2017. So in the 2017 house price, let's call that P for price, H for house price, times 1.077, because that's, if you multiply by 1.077, that increases H, the house price in 2017, by 7.7%. Okay, so you've got like tens units, because it's 7 in the units, it's there, you've got to put a 0 there, and then that's that decimal there. And that is going to be 23,231,776. So the house price in 2017 is 23,176 divided by 1.077. 231,776. And it's going to be 215 to 3 significant figures. Okay, this is coming up as £215,205 20p. Okay, yeah, so it's £215,000. Number 9. The frequency table gives information about the number of points scored by a player. Okay, so 0 points 13 times, 1.17. 2 happens 8 times, 3 is x times, and 4 is 11. The mean number of points is 2. Work out the value of x. So what we do here, to work out the mean, first of all, you've got to multiply these numbers together. Okay, 8 times 2, x times 3, 4 times 11, 0, 17, 16, 3x, 44. And then, so we need to add those up, and we also need to add these up. I'll do an explaining of that in a minute. 33, 77 plus 3x. Okay, and then this is 40, 30, 38, 39, 49 plus x. Okay, so what happens here? So this person scored 0 13 times, so that contributes 0 to his total, or her total. 1 has happened 17 times, so that's going to be 17 to the total. 2 has happened 8 times, which is 16 to the total. 3 happens x times, 3x. And then 4 times 11 is 44. So this person, their grand total is 77 plus 3x. And then this is how many times it happens. It's just there's this and x there. But what we've got is that if you do the total of the points divided by the total of the frequency, that is equals to 2. So we can say 77 plus 3x is 2 times 49 plus x. So therefore 77 plus 3x is 98 plus 2x. Okay, so I'm going to take 2x from each side, and you get 77 plus x is 98. Then I'm going to take 77 from each side, and it's 21. Okay, that's the number that works there. Solve these simultaneous equations, show clear algebraic working. Right, we'll call this equation 1, call this equation 2. Let's do 2 times equation 1. That's going to give us 6x plus 10y is 6.2. The reason why I've chosen this is because I want the x's to be the same. There's other ways to do it, but that's the way that I saw. And equation 2 stays as it is. We're going to subtract it. Okay. And that's cancels out the x's. So we've got 7y there. And that's 0.25, brings us up to 4. So it's 2.2, 2.45, £6.75. I'll just check this. Yeah. Okay. So I've eliminated the x's. You could eliminate the y's, but that would mean multiplying this one by 3 and this one by 5. So it would be a bit longer. Or you could half all these numbers, but again, that the obvious thing for me is to double that up and then subtract to eliminate the x's. So y is 2.45 divided by 7, which is 7 goes into 2, 0 times remainder 2, 7 goes into 24, 3 times remainder 3. So, and then 7 goes into 35, 5. So y is 0.35. And then we sub 4y in 1. Again, it doesn't matter which one. 3x plus 5 times 0.35 is 3.1. And then 0.35 times 5, 25, 15, 17. So 3x plus 1.75 is 3.1. So 3x, 3.1 minus 1.75, 5, 3, 1.35. So x is 1.35 divided by 3. 0. 3's into 13 go 4, remainder 1. 3's into 15 go 5. Okay, and that's that one done. Number 11. Diagram shows a regular 10-sided polygon. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Show that x is equals to y. Okay, interesting. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 3 vertices there, 2 vertices there, 2 vertices there. Oh, I'm thinking. Okay. So how many points is this one? 4 marks. Right. Okay. So I'm just going to look at this triangle here first of all. Not triangle. I'm going to split this into triangles. Okay. So we split this like this. Okay. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Just thinking what to do with this now. This is an interesting one. Show that x is equals to y. Okay. Right. Okay. So we've got a 10-sided polygon. The interior angle of a 10-sided polygon, which is say this one here. Okay. Just trying to think. This is making me work. The exterior angle here. There's 10 exterior angles. So that one, it's going to be 360 divided by 10, which is 36 degrees. So the interior angle is 180, because this is a straight line. That's 36. So it's 180, take away 36, which is 144 degrees. Okay. So that's 144, that's 144, and that's 144. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this shape here. Right, this shape here comprises, we can make it into 3 triangles. Look, one in there, one there, and one there. Okay, so that means that these angles here inside this shape add up to 1, 2, 3 times 180. So the total angles in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a 5-sided shape is 3 times 180, which is 540 degrees. Okay, so in our pink shape, we've already got it's not drawn accurately, is it? Sending me eyes funny. Pink shape, we've already got 144 times 3, which is 12, 13, 3 ones are 3, 433. So we've already got 432 degrees. So what's left for X and this one here, the dark shaded ones here, are the difference. Now, because this is a regular polygon, these two will be the same. So X is going to be half of the difference between 540 and 432. So let's do 540 minus 432, 108. So therefore X is 54 degrees. Okay, I'm going to call this Z, even though they haven't called it Z, because by symmetry, this is another pink shape, it's the same, it's just not drawn accurately, I think. No, it's not, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right, so now I'm going to work out what Z is. Or should I work out what Y is? I can work out what Z is, because I've started. There's always more than one way of doing these things. Right, so to work out Z, okay, so to work out a Z, what I've got in there, then in a similar way, look, we've got 2 triangles, and we've got 144 there, we've got 144 there. Let's change this from pink to another colour. Let's do it as purple instead. Okay, so then I can call it purple down there. Taking at the time, this one is an interesting one. So in the purple shape now, we've got, we need to think the total of the angles in there is going to be, we've got 2 triangles. If we start from that point there, 180 in there, 180 in there, 180 times 2, 360 degrees, because it's a 4-sided shape. And then we've got 144 times 2, which is 288 degrees. So 360, take away 288, it's 72 degrees. And because of the symmetry, Z is 36 degrees. Okay, so you've got 36 in there and 36 in there. What do we need to show that X is equals to Y? Okay, so we know X plus Y plus Z. That there, this is making some sort of sense. These are the 3 triangles that add up to the 540. And that was a bit messy. This is the one that made me feel like I've done it a bit messy. And it's these two triangles in here. Well, it's a four-sided shape, so it adds up to 360. And then we already know that these two are 144 each, so the difference is there. Right, so x plus y plus z, that again, that's one of these things here, which is one of these, 144 degrees. And we want to show, we've got x is 54, we've got z is 36, so 54 plus y plus 36, all in degrees is 144, so therefore y is 144 degrees minus 90 degrees, because there's 90 on that side, so it's 54 degrees. And look, so therefore y is equals to x is 54 degrees. Right, number 12. A is 6 times 10 to the power 40. Work out the value of a cubed. Give your answer in standard form. A cubed is 6 cubed times 10 to the power 120. So that's the cube there, and that's 40 times 3. Okay, because if you like, a cubed is 6 times 10 40 times 6 times 10 40 times 6 times 10 40. So it's 6 cubed, and we add up the 3 40s, make 120. 6 cubed, that's going to be 36 times 3, 18, 9. So that's going to be 108 times 10 to the 120. Standard form, it's got to be a number between 1 and 10 there, 1.08. So because we've made this 2 powers of 10 smaller, we need to add 2 powers of 10 there to get that right there. Okay. Number 13. The shaded region in the diagram is bounded by 3 lines. The equation of one of the lines is given, that one there. Write down 3 inequalities that define the shaded region. So we need the lines first of all. This line, don't need an arrow there actually. This line, that's going to be x equals minus 1. So this is the x-axis, and on this line here, wherever you go, x is always minus 1. We've got that line there. This line here, when it goes through the 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, etc. That's the line y equals x. Because the x coordinate is the y coordinate. So, the first one. So in the shaded region, our x coordinates are bigger than minus 1, because we're to the right of this line here. Greater than or equals to minus 1, because it's a bold line. So I've done that one. This one here, it's x plus 2y and 8. And look, it's below that. So it's below this line. So it's less than or equals to 8. We've done that one there. And this one, it's, we've got the y coordinate, we want to be above here. So the y coordinate, it's higher. Y coordinate is bigger than or equals to x. Think about there, like 2, 1. 1, 2. The y value is bigger than the x value, etc. Number 14. A zip wire is shown as the dashed line AC in the diagram. The zip wire is supported by 2 vertical posts, AB, CD, standing on horizontal ground. CD is 2.6, there. BD is 12, there. The zip wire makes an angle X with a horizontal, there. That's the horizontal. The design of the zip wire requires the angle to be at least 5 degrees. Work out the least possible height of AB. Okay. Right, so we need to find, to be at least 5. Okay. Oh. Right. The least possible height of AB. Give your answer correct to 3 sig figures. Okay. That's 12 there. Just sketching and thinking at the same time. So this is 2.6 here. That's 12 there. That's an X there. The angle to be at least 5. So if the angle is more than 5, so if the angle is more than 5, it's going to go like this, isn't it? It's because then that X is going to be more than 5, so that'll be more than 5 there. So this will be higher. So we're going to say that X, let's work out what happens when X equals 5. Okay, that's 5 there. So we need this bit here. But this is 5, and so what we've got, we need opposite. We've got an angle 5 degrees, and adjacent to this angle is this 12 here. Okay, so it's going to be TOA. Okay, so the opposite, we need the opposite because it's opposite this angle here, and that is going to be tan of 5 degrees times the adjacent, which is 12, and it's definitely on the calculator. 12, right, turn it upside down then. Let me just get this locked. 12 times tan of 5 degrees is opposite is 1.04986, etc., etc. Okay, so the least possible height is 1.04986, etc., etc., plus 2.6. How many decimal places? 3 significant figures. 3.65 meters. Okay, so the diagram is not accurately drawn. Yes. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, 3.65 to 3 significant fig. Okay. Dia recorded the distance in kilometres that he cycled each day for 11. Here's his results. Find the interquartile range. So I'm going to put these in numerical order first of all. So 2 5s, and then a 7, and then an 8, 10, 12, and a 13, 14, 16, 21, 23. Okay, interquartile range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, because it's 11, the middle is value number 6, which is 12. Okay, so then we've got 5 to the left, 5 to the right, and it's interquartile range, so that's the lower quartile. That's the upper quartile. Okay, so we've got 2 lower quartile, 2 median, 2 upper quartile, 2. So they're nicely spread out. Yeah. So the interquartile range is the upper quartile, take away the lower quartile, 16 take away 7, which is 9, and it's 9 kilometres. Right, D, E, F, G are points on a circle, centre O, there, that's 42. E to O to G is a diameter, yep, because it's passing through the centre there. E to G to D is 42. Calculate the angle D to F to G. So this is the one that we need here. Okay. Right, so we can say the angle at D is a right angle. And I think they call it the angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. So that means going from a diameter to the circumference of the circle, like this. That always makes an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, so then we can say therefore EDG is 90 degrees. Okay. So the total in a triangle, we're talking about the purple triangle here, is 180 degrees. So therefore, angle DEG, I used to put a little angle sign over the top, D to E to G is 180 degrees, take away 90 degrees, take away 42 degrees, so that is 48 degrees. And now, what we have now, if you'd got that angle there, that's going to match that angle there, because if we start and finish it, so if we start at D, go to the circumference and back to G, and this is the large quartile, the large segment, okay, so we can say D to F to G, they're the same, okay, so that line there is the same as that one there. So angles in the same segment are equal. Okay, so that means D to F to G is equals to D to E to G, because we start and finish at the same point and go above this line here. Yeah, so if we went there, that wouldn't be 48. But you see, anywhere where we go in here, it's always going to be 48 degrees. So that one there, that's 48 degrees. So DFG is 48 degrees. 17. Show that the square root of 12 divided by the square root of 3 plus 2 can be written in this form. The square root of 12 is the square root of 4 times 3. So that's 2 root 3. Okay, so we've got 2 root 3 divided by root 3 plus 2. And what we do is we multiply top and bottom by the number in the denominator with a change of sign. The numbers, the third and the whole number with a change of sign. So this is 2 root 3 root 3. So that's expanding this out. And then minus 2 times root 3. These are all times in between. And then divided by, do root 3 plus 2 times root 3 minus 2. That's 3. That's minus 2 root 3. That's plus 2 root 3. That's minus 4. And they cancel out. So we've got minus 1 on the bottom there. So this is 2 times 3, because root 3 times root 3 is 3, minus 4 root 3 over minus 1. So this is actually plus 4 root 3 minus 6. And we want it with the A first and the... Right, so it's minus 6, and we want it just as a square root of a single number, so 4 there is 16 times 3 underneath the square root sign. because you've got to square the number to put it back in there. So it's minus the root of 48. So it's minus 6 minus the root of 48. Number 18, how many have we got? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And there we go. I'll keep going. Here we are. I'll keep going. Prove that when the sum of the squares of any two consecutive odd numbers is divided by 8, the remainder is always 2. Show clear algebraic working. Right, two consecutive odd numbers. That's going to be 2n plus 1 and 2n plus 3. Okay, because, or you could do actually, that's one way of doing it, or we can have 2n minus 1 and 2n plus 1. Okay, because 2n is an even number, so one either side here is odd. Or you can say 2n is an even number, so plus 1, 2n plus 1 is even, and then add 3 gets the next odd. 2n plus 1 is odd, 2n plus 3 is also odd. So what's the sum of the squares of these? I'll go for that one. No, I'll go for that one. I'm going to use this pair just to avoid the negative numbers. So 2n plus 1 squared plus 2n plus 3 squared. So this is going to be so it's 4n squared plus 2n plus 2n plus 1. 4n squared plus 4n plus 1. And this one, 2n plus 3 times 2n plus 3, 4n squared, 6n, 6n, 9, 12n plus 9, so it's 8n squared plus 16n, and then we've got plus 10. Okay. So this is 8n squared plus 16n plus 8 plus 2. I'm going to split that up into 8 plus 2. So it's 8 times another number, because 8 times n squared divides by 8. 8 times 16n, 8n squared divides by 8. 16n divides by 8. And 8 divides by 8 plus 2. And this is where capital N is actually n squared plus 2n plus 1. Okay, because look, 8 times n squared is n squared. 8 times 2n is 16n. 8 times 1 is 8. So that's left 2. So, and if we, so hence division by 8 gives a remainder of 2, which is that one there. You okay, Jude? Right, number 19. PTQ is the diameter of a circle. RTS is the chord of a circle. T to Q is 3, S to T is 4, and T to R is 12. Calculate the radius of the circle. Okay, so I need to work out this, because that's the diameter, and then I need to half it. So I actually need to work out that distance there. Okay. Right. This might be where I take a break. Have a little think about this one. So So we need to work out this one here. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to check on the person in the other room and just take a little break and come back to this one later. Okay?